He's the only person who's got kills so far, and he's got $2,000. So at this point, his 4 kills lack relevance because they were all in the pistol round. So that's a great round for G2. EnVy achieve absolutely nothing, and they have absolutely no money to spend, meaning they are absolutely on Glocks. So G2 absolutely have a chance to survive with 5 players once again. Maybe Apex will be play. Oh no, he's over towards A-Long, never mind. If he was around the drop of the MP9, then you wouldn't be surprised if he would get traded. But Body, he's in a position where he can evacuate. Again, standing up, you can pre-fire a player who's sitting in a normal position, just with their head showing, crouching. Although pre-fire with a Glock will only do so much.
Just teasing around. Yeah, not really that much going on. I'm just trying to just get into some forward positions, and if they can sort of overwhelm or surprise an opponent, get a kill, that's really sort of the best hope or best case you could really have in a situation such as this. And Happy's already been lost, scouting around. But again, the information that he gets is not too consequential. You more or less just have to get the numbers in. See, they're actually trying to take down MVK, but he's got that cover to work with. He's never going to die in this position, I would not think. It would take like a double dink happening immediately. He did get dinked once there, but now he can retreat. Body do the work. Ooh, there we go. So MVK, he peeked. He didn't let his teammates do the work. He peeked, and he got wrecked. That's what you get. That's one of those situations where it's entirely his fault. It's entirely his fault. Could have not peaked, but he did. But it's fine. I doubt that's going to be too consequential. But the AKs are out now, so EnVyUs have a really good chunk of utility with this because they only had Glocks in the last round.
Mission grenade from the counter-terrors. EnVy they'll start slow. I wonder what the intention is from EnVy. Staying away from any early grenades from the CT side. Always fun to watch Shocks. Can we go back to Shocks for a second? Is he just wondering what if he's smashing his mouse around a little bit. Try and keep active, but no. Holding some tight angles as Shocks. Anyway, I leave the freedom of observing back to director Sliggy.
Game director.
Can often be found ordering ice cream late at night.
And DK's Donuts. DDK's Donuts.
DDK's Donuts.
Yeah, there's a donut place.
Suddenly lost my appetite. Trading will happen. NBK gets an upgrade. Body comes in from the back. That is the drop zone secure. But what isn't secure is the B bomb site. Body may be facing a 1 versus 3. The flashbang will be spotted. And there's a gap in the smoke, but there's a boost on the tree. And that's where the danger lies for Body. Xmas looking. Xmas finding. Apex manages to trade, but he'll get tapped down by Scream. They talk about his one-taps on occasion, and they will continue. Kenyes getting taken down. EnVy with their first round on the board. What happened there?
Yeah, that's a nice, just simple round from EnVyUs, just going with a good old B take. And that's going to inspire them with a lot of confidence when that works just immediately. It's always really nice. Now the double op's going to come out, though, for G2. EnVyUs will, of course, be aware that G2 were on a worse buy in the previous round, having saved some FAM asses, continuing on after their anti-eco rounds. So this is the real test, and obviously, because the buy is so big, if EnVyUs can survive here, then they will be in a great position of momentum. But will there be a pop flash here? Apex on the off angle. Really nice off angle from Apex. Gets himself the second frag as well. Beautiful position, the way they peeked into that. Great crosshair placement. And just like that, the round is essentially over. 1v5 for RPK.
Prospect of the reset button faces RPK. But he has a minute 13 to do something special, and we know he's capable of doing that. He will wait this smoke out. No need to make it more unfavorable for himself. Well, then we can just have a joyous few seconds and watch how RPK clears all these areas. Maybe lessons can be learned in peeking some corners. He's a very experienced man. Nobody in danger. He's not going to check every nook and cranny. You could only expect so much from RPK.
Look how much respect, though, that G2 gave him. G2 gave him so much respect. They all fell back and played as safe as they possibly could, which is quite awesome to see, because they had 5 players left alive, and the fact that they are willing to just all just basically hide together against one guy. That's awesome to me.
Yeah, I would hide as well.
Yeah, up against a tank, man.
They say fear the Walking Dead, fear the RPK. Fear the RPK.
Do you ever watch that show or read the manga?
I was watching reading the graphic novels. It's not quite manga, but I was getting the quarterlies. But by the time another quarterly came out, I forgot what happened, so I just gave up because it was basically a waste of time for me. Envy on the pistols and shocks, very close. He's got the P250 out. He will do some damage, but Sixer has managed to pick up the sniper rifle. He has a minute. Will he try to save? 1 versus 3. He's got the bomb, so I think he's got to go for it.
It's worked out pretty well for EnVyUs this round, I think. 2 kills, AWP onto Sixer, the option to save it versus the option to, as you say, do more damage, perhaps. Because he doesn't have any Kevlar, he does have the CZ and the Incendiary, so there is definitely a lot of value in his hands at the moment. And I think he's so encouraged to save in this position, but we'll see if he can find something, if he has a read on the situation. It's pretty scary, though. I mean, like, what is... if we do the math, what is it? It's like...
Safe time now, I think. He's wasted too much time.
Yeah, it's basically like almost $6,000 he's carrying. He's almost carrying $6,000. So he's going to back away. And I think it's the second loss in a row, isn't it? So yeah, it's going to be $1,900 as a loss bonus. So yeah, definitely high value in just keeping this orb. And his team will actually have the option to buy in the following round. I do wonder what sort of round they're going to pick, because they have failed their default around A so far. So I think that's something they need to think about solving before they solve anything else.
This is a weird situation, because I think if they buy around this AWP, then they're essentially going to ruin their money, and their chances are not great, especially with an AWP only, really, on the T side of Cobblestone. So, like, Sixer, they have to win the round, or Sixer has to die in this round. Otherwise, he's going to have no money in the next round.
Yeah. I hope they realise that, because sometimes teams just don't realise that.
But the AWP, I wouldn't say, is the biggest of priorities on a T-side of Cobblestone anyway. So I think it's okay for him to die in this round and buy an AK in the next round. Yeah,
definitely. It'd be cool, actually, if they did get the AWP into drop, because that'd be a ballsy play to make, a position you may expect less than some others. And he is moving towards drop too, so I do like this. This was something that I saw first Mixwell doing loads when he first broke out onto the scene, and you had to pay attention to him, because you could not pay attention to what Mixwell was doing, being very aggressive.
Yeah, I would jump down and use it as a shotgun. I like to run into long doors and dust too. There's a CT there, behind the door. Just no-scope him in the face. So, the expected is happening. The expected has happened. All is good. G2 will go for the opportunist second AWP. And Sixer's money is still with his teammates, so they can proceed as normal.
I think that was... I like how they set that round up pretty well, I think. Like, if you imagine, you know, the situation they're in, they had zero utility. They still managed to be in position to split from drop onto the B side. So if there's a miss shot from G2, then they may be able to get something going, but G2 just missed nothing. So can't expect too much when that's happening.
I like the abort from Kenny. He could have gone for the run boost onto the plateau, which would have been fun, but would have been suicidal.
Yeah. And
we do like some fun, but we also like Kenny being alive so we can shoot fools just like that. Oh, that's a lovely first shot from Kenny S. And, okay, that was a no-scope. Kenny going absolutely nuclear, but good damage done by Happy, but it's inconsequential when the score is 7-1. And their buy has just been broken again. human highlight reel. Kenny S, that was a fantastic shot, second one.
It's crazy. It's like, how can you expect to take the bomb site when he's doing that? I mean, you can't. That's the you just can't do anything. You can have amazing smokes, and I mean, really, you need perfect flashbangs or like a perfect Molotov to get him off the position. That's like really the only way to stop him.
That does remind me that I said yesterday I would share the video of Kenny S with the shadow kill. I'm going to tweet it now before I forget again during this round. Look out for the wanted post that we put on the wall.
This is definitely something where, like, you know, we're seeing the 7-1, and this is absolutely the problem I thought would kind of plague EnVyUs in this game against G2, and it's just that on the CT side, if G2 are performing as they should with the skill, you know, to the skill ceiling that is available to them, it's so difficult because it doesn't matter how well you can set up certain rounds. Again, if Kenny S is doing that, then you know what do you want? How can you defeat that? Same thing with Apex getting, you know, a triple kill towards A long. Now, you know, you can argue that the A side of the map, they haven't had the best. Like in that round, they didn't have. I don't think they pop flashed his position, or he was not flashed. So, I mean, I don't think he looked away either. I think he was just staring at that off angle. So, either way, definitely difficult players to play versus.
See what Apex's plan is. Trying to slow them down, trying to get him 1 versus 1. The spray transfer will continue, and he forces EnVy into suicide. Running towards the smoke, never going to be favourable. Kenny looking in 2 directions, ready for the snaps. Happy collateral damage, happy human shield. Sixer again alone with the bomb. And this round has been crushed by G2 already. He is surrounded. Question of damage for him, but again, damage is... I don't know how much consequence there is to damage at the moment. Unable to get the kill. Spots the CT though, and that will help the CTs advance. All the grenades used now by Sixer. Trying to pre-fire NBK, but not much will be done. Look at the money for G2. EnVy must win rounds. That is it. That's all. That
was the second time they've gone towards A with a big commitment of players. And that's the second time Apex has gotten a 3K defending, then pushing towards A with most of their players. They need to... That third kill was really smart by Apex there, just delaying before he sprays the rest. But that has to be solved. Like the pushing towards A, you have to be able to develop map control towards A without losing more than 1 player. Like you have to be able to accomplish that. So EnVyUs are going back to B this round, but I would love to see some improvements in dealing with Apex.
Yeah, it seemed he had some expectation where he was positioned on the C from CT sides, and now it's NBK's turn, sorry, Shocks even, to get a multi-frag, and Body will do the same. Another wipeout round. This is record time. Or it could be 10-1, and this is unusual. I mean, it is a French derby, but again, Cobblestone isn't really the map which where national derbies are really allowed to express themselves.
Yeah,
this is not your usual map of Cobblestone.
Yeah, it's not like a Dust 2, a Cash and Mirage and Overpass. Maps with more freedom. But yeah, I mean, to me, I think, you know, that just really is a glaring thing. Like, you need to be able to set players up towards A, even if you don't go to A. It's such a fundamental aspect of Cobblestone. So otherwise, you know, you're just sitting at B, and then eventually you go B. And so far, you know, playing these faster paced rounds hasn't been working out for EnVyUs. So they need to get more. They need to have a more map control based approach. And XMS looking to try to clutch this. This is one of the rounds which actually looks winnable for EnVyUs, one of the very few. But XMS's position is very difficult as the bomb is lost on long.
1 versus 2. What is his intention? A flashbang has been thrown. He cannot identify that. Person A has thrown the flash for person B. XMS is running the clock down. And maybe it will work out for him because Shocks is on the hunt. And surely it's a free kill for XMS. Body now left of 6 HP. Does he know that Body's being tagged? Spots Body!
Oh, wow. He had 6 HP. He had 6 HP. He saw only a head.
He's the man.
And he just gets an instant headshot. That's just so sick. thought that was guaranteed after XMS kills Shocks.
Never guaranteed versus a French player. The French player has the opportunity to deliver a headshot. You better expect that he will. French against the French. That means absolute war. 11-1 in I don't know how much time.
Yeah, it's been really quick. We definitely didn't start on the hour, so...
They're just not waiting. Look at RPK. I mean, he's going for it, but he's just going for it on his own. Just been...
Shocks didn't even need to do anything.
But what, I don't know why they're playing so fast, Envy. Why they are just not... I mean, do they feel like they don't have strong strats versus G2 on cobblestone? Because they're just basically rushing each round. If you consider the utility that G2 have down, all the smokes and so on, they're just not waiting. They're not playing a single slow round. They're just trying to charge, and maybe it's just French derby things, but when have you seen a cobblestone like this?
Yeah, it could be that Happy can actually do this, but it could be that also because they're feeling like, oh look, we're getting so crushed right now. Maybe they're just thinking, okay, let's just speed up the pace. So let's just try to have some fun with this, and try to. And I don't know what they would be trying to do because they're getting wrecked.
It's weird, isn't it?
But playing faster is more fun, at least. I don't know. But yeah, it is. I do feel like they just need to really play as much like the more like a cobblestone.
Standard.
Yeah, the standard cobblestone T side.
Ain't no fun when the score is 12-1.
Pressure B, pressure A, push the CTs back towards the bomb side on A.
It's weird that they just sent RPK in on his own. Just jumped through a smoke. It's like a massive gamble. But they're taking massive gambles when I don't know that we've seen more than one standard round, if we've even seen one standard round from the T side. Finally, they'll wait for the smokes to just disappear before losing a player, or risk losing a player, at least towards the B bomb sites. There is a focus on A at the same time.
Okay, there's the flash as well. And G2 did actually think that they would rush B. They played 4B at the start of the round, which has worked out for EnVyUs because they can take A. Obviously, the ideal round would have been actually an A rush in this situation, but you know, you have to have a good guess.
Now all the utility has been, or a lot of utility has been used by G2. Envy move away from the plateau. They don't have any Molotovs, almost any grenades to T side to clear out the place where Shocks wrecked them on the first buy round, or any other areas. RPK will be punished by Body, who's quite content to just jump in. It seems he knows that he might be there on his own. That's a nice shot from Kenny S, while the rest of Envy try to move into the A bomb site. Flashes to here, the CT side repositioning. NBK run distraction around the ABC. The trade's not quite there just yet, but Body will finish XMS off. So just the one kill for Envy, and we continue on.
Did Kenny S sort of just on the timings, just right click away, and then be like, oh god, then scope, and then flick, and then get a collateral with a headshot? Yeah, he did. That's so ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. Kenny S, man. Most people, you unscope and you're screwed, but Kenny S only gets more powerful somehow. Well then, 13-1. G2 doing to EnVyUs what EnVyUs did to FaZe just yesterday.
Shocks preying on the desperation. Oh, he's been hit by the flashback, but he will still get a kill. Body in position to clean up afterwards. What is going on? Six just jumping out, running behind the wall again, and then coming out, roaming with a Mac 10. What do we make of this? What is this?
I don't know. It's EnVyUs. I don't know. It's really weird. I mean, if you look at this, the only bomb
it's
plant,
half past the hour.
The only bomb plant they got was on the pistol round, which tells you so much. EnVyUs could not get onto a bomb site. I
don't know what I am witnessing.
It did feel like they weren't really just expending their full effort here.
G2 have got to be thinking, like, what are these guys doing? What are they doing? It's just so weird. And we can hear this a lot in chat. I do wonder what the conversation is, because it's like they've got a cruise to catch or something.
Yeah, I mean, I would presume that maybe G2 is just like ribbing EnVyUs a bit because they know them so well. But XMS getting in there.
Where's existence at? Shocks.
Shocks versus Scream.
Is he going to make this a quick one? Seen both the players now. Flashbang will hit both players. He's got the bomb. Is he in position to rotate? Where is the other player? I love watching Shocks aim. It's so much fun.
I'm just watching and enjoying as opposed to commentating. But
yeah, me too.
But yeah, Shocks is trying to find that perfect engagement. And you can see that they're playing together. Oh, that's really cool by EnVyUs. Both players peeked out wide to Shocks' right. That was actually really cool from EnVyUs. So they've won a pistol round. 3 MP9s, maximum utility immediately there from Envy. And CZ's coming out for G2. But yeah, this is definitely a really fast one so far. I'm curious. Like, this is the thing with EnVyUs. I don't know if they're like a very temperamental team or what it might be exactly, but
I don't understand.
That was like when they played Cloud9 at E-League, and it looked like they weren't in the game at all. Like they weren't actually trying to use their playbook for anything.
I don't understand that. I simply don't understand what that half was. I don't know if anyone can explain that. This might be the weirdest game of Cobblestone I've ever seen. The only comparable would be like mouse spots at the MLG major.
Yeah.
You know, there's on rotation.
Mouse spots, CLG,
when the smoke went down.
Mouse spots flip side, wasn't it? Yeah, neither team could actually win.
Yeah.
It was very stupid. It was so super stupid. Anyway, the CZ's doing what the CZ's do, and that is damage. Oh, Apex just cheekily stealing the MP9 mid-fight to finish it off. And now all the pistols are doing damage. G2 with a strong position to take the round for match point. And their Scream can do something about it, but he doesn't have a kit. And these G2 players are looking quite hungry for it, and they'll get it. 15-2, match point secured.
What's going on, man? I'm so confused. I just don't understand.
I don't know. I can't help you, I'm afraid.
I don't understand. I want to delete this memory. I want to forcibly remove this from my brain, but I don't think it's possible.
I hope people are still tweeting Launders, by the way, because he's still not here. So.
Yeah, Launders, one can only assume is asleep.
Maybe he's like mixed up the days.
Well, he asked me what time to be here yesterday, so I mean, even my memory's not that bad.
But did he think he was coming in today?
Well, when he says what time to be there tomorrow,
one
would hope so.
Maybe it's a weird semantical difference for him with the word tomorrow. I don't know.
Or maybe he expected this performance from Envy.
I hope he's all right.
And so thought he'd be fashionably late. Yeah, he hasn't seen him since 9 PM yesterday evening. So indeed, hope there's nothing serious going on. Okay, G2 are going to drag this one out. I'm just waiting for it to end, to be honest with you. I'm waiting for this to end so we could just move on to the next game. Because I think Cash will be fun, although I favour G2 for it, because I think there's better fragging power. And I think Cash in a French derby often comes down to fragging power. The Scream has been playing good this week, though.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
So,
XMS and RPK too.
Yeah, actually, and Happy's been on point for a while.
That's true, yeah.
So... so maybe. Is it over yet, Dan?
It's almost over. It's getting closer now. There's 2 men down for Envy, and the bomb side take is at hand for G2. And go pretty well. RPK can't even get vision, and that's it. 16-2. Really, really, really quick one from G2. Just smashing it out the park.
Can't wait to see the highlights from this one. Oh, sorry, it wasn't the buy round that I referenced this. It was round number 2. So it's a highlight reel of frags from G2 that we're going to witness now, and there isn't really much we can say about this match apart from what on earth were Envy trying to do on their team side.
Envy, this is why I love Envy, because they're just they're just a funny team, man. They're just a funny team. I don't know what else to say about that. It's just that sometimes they're just gonna it's not like, you know, it's a temper tantrum or something, but sometimes they're just body 4.26. Anyway, sometimes they're just going to have a really stupid result. And then you never know when it's going to be. I like it. I love it, James.
Six has got 777 damage. Well, that's great. Let's put these stats away. Who cares? I mean, what can we say? I don't know. I don't know. Apart from the next map is Cash, and I look forward to moving swiftly away from whatever this map was. Let me know. Let us know what you thought of that map, because I literally don't know what to say. What do we say? What do we say? At ECS League, send us your tweets. I don't know. See you after the break. Cash is coming up between you two French teams. Bye.